Mmm. Now that's a thing of beauty. Hey, this is Gary with Today for Tomorrow. And yes, this mango is beautiful. But what else is beautiful is my compost setup here in my backyard. If you're watching this video, chances are you're interested in composting. And composting is just a wonderful thing. It's something we can all do to help our planet and help our backyard gardens. Today, I'm going to take you through my compost setup. Super simple, super easy, from beginning to end. Show you what it's all about. Show you what you can do to start composting in your backyard. Are you ready? Let's check it out. Okay, for starters, you need just a little bowl or some sort of a bin in your kitchen to take all your kitchen scraps. You can compost fish and meats and things like that, but it can get stinky and it can attract predators. So it's best to stick with, maybe just some fish bones, eggshells, things like that, maybe some little bit of shrimp shells. Maybe avoid the meats, but it can't get any simpler. Here's your kitchen scraps. Dump it in your compost pile. That's all you do. The only other thing you do, and this is the secret really, is you turn it, you aerate it, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So you can use a pitchfork or a hoe, whatever you want, and you just get in there and you move it around. Couple of minutes is all it takes, and you're good for a week or two. Really, just every time I do the yard, if I think about it, I'll come and I'll turn the compost. This camera's not going to show it. I'll get some close-ups, but the secret in my compost is all these little millipedes and worms and things in there breaking it down. So, couldn't be simpler. Throw your scraps, turn it once in a while, and in South Florida anyway, in about 2 to 3 months, you've got delicious, maybe not delicious, if your plant is delicious, but just wonderful, wonderful, beautiful compost. Hopefully this is coming in, and maybe you can see the worms and the millipedes that are in that. So turning it really is a difference. That's the difference between your compost setup at home, which is aerobic, meaning it has oxygen, and the landfill, where your scraps and yard debris would go otherwise, which is anaerobic, meaning it has no oxygen. In that anaerobic system, all of that is breaking down and turning into methane, which is a very harmful greenhouse gas, which we want to avoid. So my setup here is really simple. All you need is a space in your yard. I've got about $60 worth of concrete blocks. It took almost no time to set up. And I've got 3 bins plus an overflow, and that's all I do. I fill up a bin as high as I can stack it, and then I move on to the next one. And usually by the time I hit the last bin, the first one's getting ready. So I'm going to get in here, dig this all up, and show you what we're working with. This is about 3 months worth of composting. So as I fill this wheelbarrow up with my superhuman speed, I thought it would be worth mentioning some of the things you can compost. Obviously all fruits and vegetables from your kitchen, yard wastes, lawn trimmings, tree leaves, dog hair, human hair, newspapers, cardboard, paper products. Go online, there's tons of things you can compost. That's pretty tough work, but as you can see, the tree roots from this ficus tree are getting into my compost. Again, I'm going to see if I can show you how that camera works. All those millipedes in there. Earthworms, millipedes. But I've got about half of this bin done, and you can see it's already almost a full wheelbarrow. I still have those 2 other bins. So we'll go ahead and stop here, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and what you can do to help. Maybe if you have some trees and things like that, what I'm planning on doing to help keep them from getting into my compost. Okay, well, as you can see in my compost setup, I do have some tree roots that are coming in here, and they're exploiting this resource here. And I want to try to prevent that. So one of the things I'm going to do, I did it last time, but not enough, is throw down some cardboard. So one sheet is not enough. I dug this compost up, and as you can see, there's no cardboard in my compost. So it's completely broken down in just two and a half months. So I'll go in and do a tidier job here, but I'm going to put about 3 or 4 sheets down for this go. But that's something you can do, and it's just a great way to recycle naturally that cardboard. Kind of turning into a sweaty mess here, but the worms and the millipedes are really the secret to my composting. There's hot composting and there's cold composting. I believe that what I'm doing is cold composting, but it really doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. Hot composting, just the heat of the pile, is killing the microbes. Well, it's actually encouraging some microbes, and it's breaking it down that way. Cold composting, you never really heat up, but what you do is you get these bugs, these worms and these millipedes, and they're basically breaking it down that way. Either way, hot or cold, doesn't matter. Mother Nature makes compost. Okay, at this point I'm a hot, sweaty mess, but here's the fun part. Now you've got all this wonderful free compost for your garden. And again, I'm not digging it in. I'm not doing anything hard. I'm simply spreading it about. My whole garden gets this wonderful plant food. Well, there you have it. Super simple. Find a place in your yard, put your kitchen scraps and your yard waste in it, keep it out of the landfill, and keep it in your yard feeding your garden. Remember, it's the little things we do in our daily lives today, like starting to compost, that make such a big difference in all of our tomorrows. Thanks for watching.